All right, on this episode of Bare-Knuckle Bowker, very excited to be talking to an individual who's set to make his way out to Dubai, which goes down on April 5th. BKFC making a big splash in Dubai with two events over there. And one of the more intriguing fights for my money, we'll see Dan Chapman knuckle up and toe the line against Brandon Allen. And great having Brandon on Bare-Knuckle Bowker today. How are you doing, man? You having a solid
Um,
day so far?
yes, sir. I'm doing wonderful, man. I just got back from running. I'm in the office now, as you see. Um, Looking rough around the face. I never cut doing fight camp, so I'm just having a wonderful time, enjoying myself, and I'm ready to get over to Dubai and have some fun.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a massive series of events, as I had kind of said. Like, when did the, I guess, dialogue kind of pick up for, being on such a massive card in BKFC's continued global expansion, and then also a pedigreed opponent in Dan Chapman? Like, when did all the, I guess, discourse really start ramping up for all this to happen?
Honestly, right when we seen him come over, when I seen him come over, he fought the one guy. I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, give me him. Give me him. He got a big name. He got a great following. I'm like, and he can, I'm like, he can fight. I'm like, he can actually fight. Like I said, me and Dan chat, we was talking just for a second. He hit me up in my inbox. And you're just saying have a great camp, that we're gonna have some fun and it's gonna be a very skilled fight. And like we both said, like we don't care that it's not even a title fight right now because we both feel like we are the best in the 145 division. I know I am, and I really hope that he pulls his weight also. I don't want him to fold on me at all. I want him to come in and do what he needs to do. I want to put on an excellent show, an excellent showcasing when it comes down to my skills. I have been working hell of hard to shake back from that last fight that I showed because the display of what I showed was not honestly me. I can say I was off my game because I was going for so long off of that. Well, I think it was like almost a year and a half layoff, but I think like 16 months, 18 months. So it was just a tough transition trying to get back into the groove of things. But now that I'm back in the groove of things, man, I feel great. I feel wonderful, and I feel like I'm ready to kick some ass. So I'm ready to get to it. I feel like Dubai can't get here fast enough.
So, what was it about your last performance against Timmy Mason? Because, I mean, obviously, you know the skills you're building regularly in the gym. And I think a lot of people would look at, securing a third round finish as a quality performance by all accounts. But, like, what were you, I guess, not doing out there in the performance as, like, you looked back on it and it's like, oh, I could have changed this or done this differently? Like, you attributed the layoff to some of the things you saw that you weren't
Yeah.
necessarily liking. So, can you kind of talk about why that wasn't maybe your most satisfactory performance in your estimation? Because, like I said, I mean, getting a third round finish, I think a lot of people would find that to be a good win. So, just curious to have you expound upon that a bit more.
When it came down to that, I felt like my timing was off. I felt like my eyes was off. Um, I wasn't listening to my corner properly when it came down to the fight. They were saying different directions, and I was doing something completely different because I wasn't trusting in the corner. I wasn't trusting in myself. Like when it comes down to my eyes, trusting myself when it comes down to my defense, my offense. I was being a little skittish on things because I didn't want to get clipped. Um, was I slightly I don't want to say nervous. I think I was more excited than anything. So I don't want to say nervous. I just didn't want to get clipped. I wanted to come in and put on a great show, but at the same time, I was getting clipped because guess why? I wasn't doing the necessary things I should have been doing. I wasn't listening to the corner. I wasn't trusting my eyes. I wasn't letting my hands go. Like the fight could have been over so much sooner. But me playing around, not doing what I'm supposed to do, pushed it to the third. So for me, I feel like that's unacceptable because we train very hard over here at Shift. We're the best gym in the world. I feel like, well, honestly, we are. We are the best ranked gym in the world when it comes down to it. We have the best fighters, and we are, I think, the most top ranked. So when it comes down to that, I want to just put on for my team, my gym, and my coaches. Man, it's just it's a blessing to be up under this gym. So I want to be able to show the best me at all times. And I felt like my last fight wasn't the best me. So I'm gonna come in, lace up my boots how I'm supposed to, and I'm gonna go in there and dance and have me some fun with Dan. Like I said, I know for a fact Dan's coming to fight. He's an ex-champion in another organization. But like I told Seth Schaefer, coming over here to BKFC, we are the big dogs. and I am the big dog. So with that being said, you got to show me something. You're gonna have to really show me something. I don't know what his game plan gonna be. Maybe he's gonna try to box me. I wouldn't mind boxing Dan Chapman. I'm not a big guy on the dirty boxing. Don't get it wrong. I can do it as you've seen in my last fight. But I like the box. You know, that's why we come into this sport to show that who has the best hands. I feel like grabbing on somebody is not showing a very elite skill level when it comes down to this sport. But it is part of the game and it is a way to get a win. So if you can use it, use it. And if you can, apply it to whatever you need to do it. But me personally, I like throwing hands and just showing my skills. That's all.
I guess that kind of speaks to your, I guess, lineage or familial connectivities to fighting, because I understand boxing great Winky Wright is related to you. I think he's your cousin, if I'm
Yes,
understanding that correctly.
yes, we're going to. I'm being over his house Saturday. We're gonna watch the Keith Thurman fight. Yeah, so
What
I'll be most likely I'll be going live. I may have to hit you up. I may have to hit you up.
what does he think about your journey in bare knuckle and everything like that? I'd be curious to hear about that.
He loves it. Actually, he really does. He thinks I'm a little crazy. He says it all the time. He's like, man, Brandon, you crazy as shit for doing it. Hell, but like I told him, I said, I love to fight. I just, out of all things, this it puts me at peace. This and swimming and being around my kids, my lady at home, just being around family, that puts me at peace. So fighting just puts me in a great space. I know a lot of people being there all mad and angry, but if you ever look at some of my photos, I be in there smiling. I be laughing the whole time because I'm really enjoying myself. Like I feel so free. Nothing else matters in those 10 minutes. In those 10 minutes, it's just fair game. At anything goes. Anything goes at this point in time, and it's just I'm in love with it. I'm honestly in love with this sport, with this organization, and I'm happy to be a part of it and to be ranked number one and be champion pretty soon because that's what I will be.
I love hearing that, man. Like you talk about the relaxation with family. Like it seems like there's a very familial kind of connectivity at Shift and everything like that. Like obviously you guys are champion caliber fighters, like outright champions, if not the number one contenders in your respective weight categories. But it seems like there's just such like a close, tight-knit bond between all of you that goes beyond even just that pursuit of, fighting and stuff like that. So I imagine that, pays dividends for your growth and everything.
Yes, yes, yes. Here at Shift, like I tell people, when you come to Shift and you become part of the family, it's not just a team. It's not just a team. Like I said, it's literally family. We call and check up on each other. It's not just, hey, bro, I see you at the gym. No, hey, what you doing Saturday? You want to go fishing? Or you want to come over to the house? Hey, we cooking. Hey, it's a holiday. Where you at? Why you not over here? It'd be those things. It's real deal. This is a family. We don't see each other as, oh, that's just one of my close friends at the gym. No, that's my brother. That's my sister. Like anything goes wrong. Oh, you need help moving? I'm on my way. So you got a flat tire in the middle of the night? I'm on my way. So it's just always been those things. So it's just a family. We have been around each other I've been around Dave for 10 years plus, Jihad 10 years plus, Rick almost 10 years, Armoire pushing 10 years, Jared over 5 years, Crystal over 5 years. It's like I say, it's just a family. We all are just very tightly knit and, we don't skip a beat with each other. We got a group chat and we texting it every day. So it'd be hundreds of messages in there, and you just read them, you're laughing, every joke's going around. So it's always just a great vibe. Like I'm ready for the next BKFC fight. So we all getting back together. We all going over to one of the coach's house or my house or somebody's house. And we just watch the fights and we just laugh. We throw some food on the grill or we order some pizza and we just analyze the fights and just kick back and laugh and have some fun. And next thing you know, we back in the lab the next day. So, like I said, it's just a very family oriented gym. So I just love being here. It's nothing like being at Shift. I don't think it's no gym like it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, speaks volumes like the success that everyone has had. I mean, like Jared Warren having collected championship accolades in BKFC, David Mundell being, the middleweight champion and top pound for pound fighter. So, I mean, training with guys like that, I imagine greatly informs your own individual journey, towards gold. I mean, you're the number one contender and everything, but just I would think that working with people like that would really, I guess, behoove you in a big way. Just
Yeah,
really inform
yeah,
that.
it
Yeah.
does. It really does. Cause like we got Jessica Borga. She's fighting for a title the same night I am. right after me. So it's just a great thing. Crystal Pittman, she's doing her thing. She should be getting a title pretty soon. I feel like she should be getting a title shot this year if that's very possible. She got a fight coming up. Once she wins that, that'll be three in a row. So she'll be knocking at the door very soon. Larimore, he's gonna come back very strong in Clearwater. I think he's in Clearwater. I think. So he'll be coming back very strong and very soon. So this gym is just built of so many different studs and different, just cups of tea. So you drink from every cup and you just pour it all over and you just be great. I just be great. Just try to be great every day. Like I tell them, if you come in and you learn something every day, you know, you're doing better. You're getting better each and every day. As long as you come in and do what you need to do, you're getting better.
Yeah, and I did notice that just Jessica Borga and Hannah Rankin having that featherweight title fight right after your feature fight, as I'd kind of mentioned. But it seems like a big night there for featherweight title fight action, as Kai Stewart is also defending his title against Tommy Stridham on that card
Yeah.
as well. Like, what are your thoughts on that title fight and everything?
When it comes down to Kai and Tommy, I feel like it's going to the decision. Everybody knows that. So if anybody a betting person is going to the decision. I don't see nobody getting stopped. I feel like this squabble here for Kai may be one of his best ones. One of his most competitive. I'm gonna say that because he's fighting the same kind of person that he is. So Tommy Stridham, he want to get in the inside. He's not a big power puncher. I feel like he punched a little bit harder than Kai, maybe. Um, but I feel like he'll get in there. He want to be in the inside also. So it's just gonna be a lot of pitter patter shots. It's gonna be most likely a doctor stoppage or a decision. So honestly, I don't care who wins. Just know that they're gonna be seeing me very soon. So I'm just ready to get to Dubai. I'm just so ready. I'm so excited. So
And obviously, you're squarely focused on your fight, but just with your bout being the feature fight on that card and you're the number one contender, has BKFC expressly communicated to you that if you win this fight, you're going to take on the winner of Stewart versus Stridham, or have they not expressly said that?
well, they said it's a title eliminator. So hopefully, I'm really hoping. I've been around. I've been ranked number one for almost 2 years now. July make 2 years. So hopefully, I'm hoping and praying. If not, guess what? I have no problem still beating up your guys, but um I feel like I deserve it. I feel like after this fight here, if I beat this guy, oh, not if, scratch that. Once I beat this guy, um, who else is there? HD. I don't feel like HD is in the category because he's at 55 now, and I feel like if he stays at 55, he will be a world champion. Because who else? Who they have? They have Tony Soto. Tony Soto is a fucking dog. Excuse me. He is a dog. I like the champion 55 also, but I just feel like the skill level is not as high. I feel like if Tony Soto, I feel like Tony gassed a little bit, and I felt like he took his foot off the I can't even say gas. I feel like he took his foot off the pedal, and he strayed away from the game plan. He started head hunting instead of going back to the body. The body was killing Tenaglia like it was nothing. Like he couldn't take it. Like the body shots, he just couldn't take it. So I felt like if he would have stayed to the plan, he would have had that title. But they're about to run it back, and I have faith in Tony that he'll get it. But I like HD to do it at 55. Um, I don't see Duran fighting me at all. Um, who else is in the division? Uh, who's ranked number four? I think that's I want to say James Brown. He say he want to fight, but it's no stock in his name right now. He just took a very big loss to HD. Don't get it wrong. I'll fight him if they put him in front of me. I'll fight him. I never turn down any fight. Any fight they have ever put in front of me, I never turned it down. So I'm just that kind of person. I just don't see nobody in the 145 division that's really gonna say they're gonna beat me. You got to show me something. And I don't care if you got 20 years plus experience, 40, 60, 80, it doesn't matter because in this game, what you're not gonna throw a punch that I never seen before. So it's gonna be tough for him to come in and get this win. So I don't see it happening for him, but I'm down sure gonna beat the shit out of Chapman and get this win. So I'm just ready.
And I see so much discourse online. Like I saw an Instagram comment from Jihad, I guess towards like the end of last year where he was talking about how many times you guys have like seeked out the Duran fight specifically, and it seems like some of the other contenders, there's been some difficulties with getting some of these matchups locked in. Like, why do you think
Yeah,
that is, like relative to what you can perceive from the situation? Because it seems like getting those bouts negotiated to fight some of the other contenders gets a little difficult for you for some reason. Like, is it just the fact that you're such a standout in your division and maybe they don't want that smoke, as it were? Like, what's kind of going on?
they don't want it. They just don't want to smoke. Don't get it wrong. I feel like the only two people that'll be game, and I do gotta salute, that is HD and James Brown. I feel like those are the only two, and Dan Chapman. I throw my hat in there for Dan also. Um, I feel like those are the only three guys that I honestly get in there with me and do what they need to do or what try anyways. But I don't know. These guys don't want to fight. I understand promotion. When it came down to HD, we tried to get that fight, but his management team didn't want it unless it was for a title fight. And guess what? I understood that because it made sense. Like he said, it'll sell out. It'll be a beautiful show. It'll be down in Miami or up in Tampa somewhere. It'll be a beautiful show. So, like I told him, I understood that. When it came down to Duran, I just didn't understand. I'm ranked number one. He's ranked number two. You say you want another title shot? Come fight me if that's the case. I ain't even come to your own backyard. I come to you. But we tried to get that fight multiple times, and he don't turned it down multiple times. So we don't gave up on that. We gave up on Durant. So every time we look at the roster, we don't even look at the number two spot. We just skip over that and go down the rest of the list. And who else on there? I think Jimmy Rivera. Um, he's damaged goods. So I don't see me fighting Jimmy at all. If so, let it be in Philly so he can sell some tickets and get some money. But I'm gonna stop him. Guaranteed I'll stop him. If I don't stop him, he's gonna quit. But I like for me to stop him.
So you like all your chances against all the ranked contenders, just all the big power players at featherweight, it sounds
Yeah,
like.
yeah. I'm very honest. I'm a different breed than these guys. They say that they're willing um to go all the way for this sport, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it because you're willing to quit. I feel like you're willing to quit. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't been through too much in life to say I'm gonna let somebody stop me. I think that's my motivation. I got kids. I gotta feed. I got too many miles I gotta feed. So I can't let nothing stop me. Right. I'm too hungry. I'm too hungry. Dan Chapman. You know, I feel like he's comfortable. He's one of those people that can get on social media every day and make a post. And when you really grinding, you're really getting it, that phone is non-existent. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist at all. So for you to say, "Oh, let me hurry up and record myself shadow boxing or hitting mitts," I don't care about that. I don't. I don't care about content. I don't care about a million views. I care about $1 million though. So let's line the fights up. Let's do what I need to do. My hands talk for me. I'm not a big shit talker. I like to crack. I like to make jokes, but I'm not a big shit talker. So when people be like, "Oh, talk shit," you got to stand out from the others. I'm like, I stand out when I fight. When I fight, that shows my real skill. It shows who I am. It shows the product of my coaches because without them, I wouldn't be here. So I just want to be great at everything that I do. So I just don't see nobody in the 145 division. And pretty soon it may be the 155 also. I'm thinking about going there too. But listen, I want to handle 45. I want to conquer 45. I want to beat Kai's record when it comes down to defending the belt. Because I don't have too much longer in this sport. I'm 35 years old. Um, don't get it wrong. I got a very great job. So I'm just happy. I'm happy right now to be able to be back and doing what I love the most. So I just want to make this happen and I want to make history. So I just can't have nobody stopping me. So I have to be this way.
And I feel like it is a great opponent to have at this juncture. Like, I mean, you referenced Seth Schaefer previously, who was a champion in BYB, which is now known as BKB. And speaking of BKB, Chapman was a belt holder with that organization as well. And you seemed impressed by his BKFC Spain fight, which was ultimately his promotional debut. So it seems like a great kind of opponent to get out there and test skills against and everything like that.
Yeah, he fought a bum. He fought a bum. I can't lie. No disrespect to his opponent, but It's levels to the game, and the level that Dan was on, the guy wasn't at all. And everybody, the world seen that. The BKFC set it up most likely that way, so he can have a very highlighted, entry into or debut into the BKFC. But I feel like that really hurts you on the back end because my thing is now you're about to go against the best in the 145 division, and you think you're about to be okay with that. It's just the competition level just real deal skipped. It went to your same level or most likely past you. So you're gonna have to really show me something. You have to show me something because right now I'm not impressed with the pitty patter shots and the flashy, the hands down, the moving all quick. It doesn't impress me. Um, what does impress me is me getting out there doing what I need to do.
Yeah, and what is, I guess, representative of that in a way where you wouldn't be divulging, I guess, too much of the game plan per se? Like, what does you having like your consummate performance look like when you get out there against Chapman?
We're gonna box. We're gonna box. I want to see. I am very competitive, just like Dan. Like I said, I take my hat off to Dan. He's not seasonal for nothing. This sport is not easy. So he's there for a reason. He's ranked for a reason. Um, it's gonna be very competitive and fun. I'm ready. I'm ready. If you're everything that you say you are on the internet, by all means, fuck, bro, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm game. Like this is about to be so much fun. This is about to be so much fun. I feel like this is most likely be my best performance. I don't think it's gonna be a fight of the night. I try to dodge those by dear life. I never want to be a fight of the night. So I want to go out there and put on a great show. If I get performance of the night, great. If I get knockout of the night, even better. Um long as I leave with the dub, I'm happy with that. But I really don't want fight of the night because I just feel like you just taking too many licks. I'm just not on that. So, but like I said, I don't think it's gonna be one of those fights where we're both super bloody and grabbing each other and pump, pump, pump. I think it's gonna be very calculated. A lot of stuff is gonna be sharp shooting, big shots here and there. I don't see Dan having major power. I never see him stop anybody. Like put them out. I've seen everybody that he has fought that quit. They stopped going. They act like they couldn't continue for some reason. I don't know why. But this is the fight game. This is what you sign up for. You don't sign up to quit. You don't come to the gym every day and quit. So why quit in there? You train to be in there. So put it all on the line. Put it all on the line. I know a few people say they're willing to die for it. I'm willing to kill you for it. I'm not willing to die for it. Like I said, I'm not. I'm very highly skilled. So I choose not to put myself in that position. But if you're willing to die, I'm willing to take it from you. So that's the kind of level that I'm on.
Yeah, and I guess I'd be curious to kind of like, well, actually, I'll save that for a bit after. I guess the thing I wanted to like touch on with you because you've been with BKFC pretty actively since 2021. I know you had that layoff in between your penultimate fight and then the last fight that we kind of
Hmm.
touched on. But just curious to get your thoughts on just some of the, I guess, relatively like newer aspects, or just to say you've been in promotion for a few years, so maybe you could speak to any changes you may have seen with some of these additions. I feel like Conor McGregor being a partial owner of the company has been such a big like signal boosting kind of component and been
Yes.
close to a year since he's kind of been in that capacity at this point. And you fought on one of the earlier DAZN cards here, so like obviously the
Hmm.
broadcasting dynamic is a big one. Can you speak to, I guess, just Conor McGregor and whatnot in terms of like the signal boosting component to BKFC from what you've been able to see, like how it's informed the growth of the company and I guess the sport by proxy?
Honestly, I feel like it's the best thing that happened to the BKFC once he came aboard. When him and Dave, shook and made it official and signed paperwork and brought him over, it was just the best thing for the BKFC. Everybody is looking, everybody is watching, everybody want to be a part of the BKFC. This is so much bigger than what people think, and it's growing so fast, and so many people want to be part of it. And the ones that don't, I understand. I understand. I do understand. This is not for the weak. This is not for the weak. bone on bone contact is something that you will have to really experience for the first time to get a real grasp of it. So for you to say, "Oh, I can just go in there and do that," that's tough. That's tough. That's very tough to get hit flush on the chin or get punched in the chest, right in the chest. It hurts so bad. So it's just so many different things. You can't throw body shots like that too much because you mess around and you got to pick your shots just right. You mess around, hit an elbow and break your hand, or you hit the hip, break your hand. You got to be very precise on what you're doing and educated. So with Connor coming in, I feel like he's gonna put on a display of skill also when he fight Stevenson. It's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna bring so many eyes to the world because of his skill and the skills that I'm showing and other people are showing. It's just everything. I feel like in the next year or so, I feel like we can probably be up there with the UFC. Then right on the trail of boxing. Um, but I'm here. I'm here for it. I'm gonna be here for a little while. I'm not gonna say a long time. I'm here for a fun time, but not a long time. So I'm enjoying the ride. I'm enjoying the ride. Like I said, I'm 35. Um, whenever the wife says, you know what, babe, I think it's time for you to hang up the cleat. I mean, hang up the shoes. I'm gonna hang them up. Honestly, like I said, I'm very family tight. So if my family tells me they think it's time, I run with my family and I give it up. But right now, I'm on my high horse. They behind me. They believe in me. They pushing me up, and they telling me to get it done. So it needs to be done. I need to be champion. So oh my gosh, I'm just ready. This is just so exciting to me.
Yeah, it is incredibly exciting for sure, man. And it kind of seems like you have aspirations in a couple divisions as you were kind of outlining before. But you kind of touched on something interesting there because I feel like some people can kind of go one way or the other on this, just in terms of McGregor, dropping the gloves and getting out there at some point. Like, do you see Conor McGregor fighting Jeremy Stevens in the BKFC at some point, or even fighting in BKFC in general?
I do. I really do. You don't understand. I feel like for him to show that, you know what, I don't give a damn that I own this or I'm part owner. Guess what? I can do this too. I can do this too. It's just like a coach, for a coach to be able to put on gloves and show you actually how to do it and get it done. It's like a father son moment. So I would love to see him getting there with Stevenson and put it on Stevenson's ass. Let's do it. Or even if Stevenson win, god damn, let me see it. Let's get the work in. Let me see you, boss. Let me see you. If not, I'll fight you.
Yeah, just so many exciting opportunities and stuff like that. I guess just because you kind of brought up Howard Davis's name earlier, and it seems like you tout his abilities going forward at lightweight, which makes sense because he's just such a pedigreed, talented fighter. But
Yeah.
I guess I'm curious to get your thoughts on his upcoming fight at that BKFC Hollywood card against Luis Palomino, who previously was the lightweight champion and also the welterweight champion.
Um, HD wins by decision. Um, he's gonna have happy feet. He's gonna play the long game. He's gonna snipe. He's gonna put big shots here and there, and I don't feel like he's gonna stop his feet at any point in time. So Palomino can get in the inside. That's the only thing Palomino is gonna try to do, or he's gonna try to counter. But HG is pretty good on looking at those things. So I feel like Palomino is gonna have a lot to chew when it comes down to this fight. So, but for that fight, I will be taking HD um for the decision. If he gets the knockout, god damn it, boy, I owe you a drink. Because Palomino is not a easy task. He's not at all. Like I said, it took a world champion to knock him off his pedestal. So I can't wait to see it. And it's very soon. Oh, that's what, the 27th. That's what, in 20 days, I think. Yeah. So that's gonna be a beautiful show. I may even go down there for it. I may. That's on a Thursday. I may go down there. So because it's like 3 hours away from me. So I may drive down there and go see it and come back.
Yeah, I mean, that would definitely be cool. And you sort of touched on his name in a cursory way, talking about Austin Trout, who is going to be the main event of the previous day of that two-event Dubai run the company is doing. Like, what are your thoughts on that Austin Trout versus Carlos Trinidad Snake welterweight title fight there?
There's going to be a decision win also by Trout. Trout doesn't have power. He's not a big power guy, but he will piece you apart. His defense is spot on. His head movement is nasty. But he know how to pick shots. He's a world champion for a reason. So I see it going Trout decision. That's all I see. I don't see it being a knockout. He's never been a knockout type of guy, and Trinidad Snake is he's very tough. Excuse me. He's very tough. So he's gonna keep coming forward. So he's gonna have a fight on his hands. But long as I feel like Snake can maybe pull it off, uh, so slim. But I feel like he can pull it off if he get dirty. He will have to fight dirty. He's gonna have to make it an inside fight. It's gonna have to be one of those clinch, let me grab you, let me beat on you type of fights. In and out, grab, in and out, grab. So you just can't let him breathe. At that point, if it was self, I wouldn't let him breathe. I'd be on Palomino, not Palomino, but I'd be on Trout like back pockets.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and I think just one of the last things I wanted to touch on while I have you there, because I think it's kind of fun that there's also another prolific combat sports athlete who doesn't exactly have your name, but kind of similar. I'm curious if you've ever had any interactions with ranked UFC middleweight Brendan Allen before.
No, I have not. I have not. I would like to him, and it's a football quarterback named Brandon Allen I want to meet. I want to take a photo with these guys. That'd be nice. All Brandon Allen's in a photo. Great guys, great athletes. I would love to take that photo.
Yeah, no, that would be great. That would be one for the gram, as it were. But
Yeah,
no, it's
that would be one for the ground.
You've been so good with your time and insights, man, and I really do appreciate you coming on bare-knuckle Bowker to offer up those insights. And just figured I'd also give you the floor, just being mindful of your time and what you're getting up to. If maybe you had a final parting thought you wanted to add as we're wrapping up here, I appreciate the time, Brandon.
Um, Not really. Only thing I gotta say, shout out to Shift, shout out to Full Blast. Shout out to my family, my kids. Shout out to you for bringing me on. And Father Christ, thank you for putting me in this position. So other than that, man, Superman, I'm flying high. I'm the most feared. And Dan, I'll be seeing you soon. I'll be seeing you very soon.
It's the feature fight for a reason. Definitely struck me as a very compelling fight when I saw the poster initially dropped and had to get you on to talk a bit about it. So again, to reiterate, really appreciate you coming on Bare Knuckle Bowker to offer such great insights ahead of this Dan Chapman fight on what is a stacked couple events actually going on in Dubai, BKFC taking over on April 5th. But you enjoy the rest of your day there, man, and best of luck with the remainder of the preparations. And I'll be checking out the fight when it goes down too.
Yes, sir. I'll be talking to you afterwards about the victory.